This video will cover the various components you can easily repair. These include the capacitor, the on-off switch, the detergent suction assembly, the machine inlet, the manifold, and the GFCI. Make sure your machine is unplugged and gather the following tools: an adjustable wrench or pair of pliers, a long Phillips head screwdriver, a set of metric Allen wrenches, and a small cup or cap. Removing the cover is very easy. Place the machine face down on a stable workbench or table, remove these 6 screws, then roll the machine over onto its back and lift the cover off. Replacing the capacitor. Remove the screw on the collar and pull the collar off of the capacitor. Pull the capacitor from the housing and remove the connectors from the terminals. Reach in and gently pull these 2 wires closer to you. Make sure the new gasket is on the new capacitor. Attach the wires to the terminals. Slide the capacitor back into the housing, ensuring the gasket will seal against dust and water intrusion. Then, replace the collar and tighten the screws securely. Replacing the on-off switch. This operation is the same for both the 1800 and the 1800S. The 1800S has an additional wire leading into the switch case, which will have no impact on this operation. Lay the front cover flat on its back. Remove these 4 screws, then remove the cover and set everything aside. Pull the 4 wire connectors off of the switch, making note of the position of each color wire. Using a small screwdriver, press in the 4 tabs on the back of the switch, popping it out from the front of the cover. Place the new switch into the opening and press it in securely. Replace the 4 wires and then place the wire harness gasket into the correct spot in the case. Finally, replace the cover and 4 screws and tighten them securely. Replacing the detergent suction assembly. The Husky 1800 has a replaceable detergent suction assembly. The Husky 1800S with smart technology does not. It is an integral part of the manifold. If you have an 1800S, feel free to enjoy this part of the movie, but it does not apply to your machine. First, remove the detergent siphon hose and set it aside. Then use a wrench to loosen the old detergent suction assembly and remove the metal assembly by hand. If needed, clean out the connection with a soft cloth. Then insert the new assembly and tighten by hand, then use a wrench to ensure a tight fit. The next step requires us to remove the motor pump from the back case. This is not difficult. Remove 2 more bolts and we're ready to go. The motor pump weighs about 12 pounds, so be sure to set it safely on your work table. Remove the number 1 detergent tank from the back, then remove the 2 large bolts hidden behind it. Next, remove this brace holding the power cord into place. Then remove the power cord from the case. Finally, reach in and lift the entire assembly free from the bottom case. Replacing the machine inlet. With the motor pump standing on the cooling fan cover, remove this large silver bolt on the back of the water inlet. Once it's free, pull the water inlet tube out of the brace and set it aside. Insert your new water inlet and then tighten the silver bolt by hand, then firmly with a wrench. Replacing the manifold. Remove the water inlet first. Next, remove this bolt from the water inlet brace. Then, pull the brace off of the assembly. Next, lay the motor pump on its back and remove the screws from the electrical case and set them aside. Lift open the electrical case and remove the bolt at the bottom. Remove the 4 bolts on the manifold and lift the electrical case out from the small junction point. This allows complete removal of the manifold. Set the old manifold next to the new manifold and insert the new set screw into your new manifold. We need to make sure that the length of the set screws are as close as possible. Use a small Allen wrench to securely tighten the set screw when the lengths are as close as possible. Place the gaskets into the new manifold and set it on your pump. Tighten the 4 bolts securely. Then replace the electrical case into the manifold, insert the bolt at the bottom of the case, swing the total stop arm into place, and replace all the screws in the electrical case. Replace the other components from the water inlet, including the brace, and tighten all the bolts. There are 2 small indents in the bottom of the case where the motor pump rests. These look like small half-circle posts, and there are 2 small round posts on the motor pump. Once you get them close together, you'll see how they rest right on the half-circle posts. Replace any of the detergent hoses you may have removed. The bottom tank is number 2, check your dial, and the upper tank is number 1. The detergent suction assembly hose fits in the middle of the detergent dial. Replace the brace and screws holding the power cord into the bottom case. Roll the case and motor pump onto the side and replace these 2 large bolts. This will securely hold the motor pump into the bottom case. Replace the front cover, then roll the entire assembly over and replace all the screws in the back case. Finally, replace the number 1 detergent bottle if you needed to remove it earlier.